All right, guys. Buffalo Bills win 37-3. Not completely surprised by this win at all. The Buffalo Bills absolutely dominated from start to finish. They were way better than the Washington Commanders. I almost called them the Washington Redskins or the football team, but we were just way better from the jump. This was a game that was once again a winnable game. We knew that for the most part we had the advantage. We knew that we were playing against a kind of a second-year quarterback that doesn't have that much experience. The Commanders are talented. The problem with them is that for some reason they just can't come together. Whether if it's bad coaching, whether if it's schematics, for the most part, for some reason, 2021, I was at that game. The Buffalo Bills bullied the Commanders when they had Taylor Heineke. And, unfortunately, I wasn't at this one, but obviously in a wet, cold, I don't know if it was particularly cold. It was 62, 63 degrees, maybe. So, like I said, that's hot in football weather terms. So, it was 62, 63 degrees. It was just wet. It was just extremely wet. And for the most part, we still were able to dominate. And Josh Allen did not have his best game. Definitely didn't have his worst game. Had a touchdown, threw an interception, which was more like a punt. Just try to give Gabriel Davis a chance. I'm not really mad that he threw that pass there. Try to give your receiver a chance on 3rd and 20. And again, he threw that ball damn near, I think, close to 60 yards down the field. So I'm not completely mad about that at all. But no, like I said, the Commanders, they have a talented front four. 2 of those guys are Alabama players, Roll Tide. So I'm, with Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, you got Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I don't know a team that legit has 4 Pro Bowl caliber players on your defensive line, and yet the Commanders just stink that badly. It's not like they're great on defense. They can get home to the quarterback, but besides that, they suck. They're just not a really good defensive team, and it's been like that for the last almost 4 years now. But no, speaking of defense, Buffalo's defense was impressive. As a matter of fact, Buffalo's defense has been impressive all year round. They've been impressive all year round so far this season. We really, for the most part, we haven't had a game where we gave up 20 points defensively, right? Yes, we gave up 22 points to the Jets, but we gave up a touchdown on special teams. This defense alone hasn't given up 20 points yet to anybody. That might change against the Miami Dolphins next week. I'm still deciding if I want to go to that game or not. That might be the last game where it's going to be really good weather. I'm not too sure if I'm going to go, whatever, or if I'm just going to stay home and be lazy. It is what it is. But I will say this. The Buffalo Bills defense has been extremely impressive. Terrell Bernard, is he an upgrade for Tremaine Edmonds? In some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. But he hasn't done a terrible job at the middle linebacker position. He's made plays, especially when it comes to causing turnovers. So we got to give him a lot of credit for that. But our defensive line, though, has just absolutely tore up the Washington Commanders' offensive line. Tore it up. Now, will they have 9 sacks every game? No. But can they be effective almost every game? I believe they can. I think that this is a dangerous front seven. I think that this defensive line can get home to the quarterback. Once Von Miller comes back, now all of a sudden you got Leonard Floyd, you got Von Miller, you got Shaq Lawson, you have AJ Epinesa who had a pick six, and he had I think he had 1.5 sacks and 2 tackles for loss. Ed Oliver has played out of his mind, right? He is fighting for that. He's not fighting for the contract extension, but he's proving people wrong like myself who's doubting him. He's had a phenomenal 3 games so far. Daquan Jones doing Daquan Jones things. I'm just really proud of the Buffalo Bills front seven. This defensive line has been it. Secondary played a lot better. The defense has been really, really good. But like I said, this is Sean McDermott we're talking about here, right? When Sean McDermott coached at Carolina, he was one of the best defensive play callers, one of the best defensive coordinators in the National Football League. Right? Now that he's calling the defense and he's implementing a lot of things that we didn't really see from the past because it was Leslie Frazier, this defense has become a lot more aggressive. I think this defense becomes a lot more, it's a lot more simplistic compared to last year. I think it's a little bit more simplistic compared to last year. And I think that, again, the aggression is definitely there. So, especially when you have a player like Terrell Bernard, who is literally probably one of our best pass rushers as far as inside linebackers goes, paired up with Milano. So, defensively, we did a terrific job. We got home to the quarterback. We should have sacked him, honestly, maybe 11 or 12 times this game. But it is what it is. We got 9 sacks. We did a terrific job against Sam Howell. But now we're going against the Miami Dolphins, a team that, for the most part, they're an RPO-based system with phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal play designs. They love the motion. They love to run screens. They love to run in arounds, right? They love to try to get the matchups and expose it by hitting those quick RPOs. Whether if it's slants, whether if it's shallow slants, shallow crosses, they can hit you deep with deep crosses, some deep crosses, digs, streaks. I mean, they can hit you all over the place. But Tua Tagovailoa, man, just as a guy that can anticipate and guy that can get the ball out quick with that release, we all know, man, that the Miami Dolphins are a for real team and that they're going to be a team that, for the most part, that's going to be a championship contender. So this game could literally decide the division. This could decide the division right here, and that's because we lost to the Jets, which we had no business losing to. And like I said, if we would have gone into this undefeated, both teams are 3-0. I'm sorry, both teams are 3-0, and we would have lost this game against the Dolphins, we still would have been fine and still alive to win the division. But because we lost to the Jets, we can't afford this loss if we want to try to win it. If we lose this game and we go 0-2 in the division, it's pretty much lost because Miami's going to win off a point differential. I can tell you that right now. Even if we tie it up 4-2, they're going to win off a point differential. So we got to win this game, guys. We got to win this game, and hopefully we'll get it done. Hopefully we'll get it done next week. I'm still deciding to see if I'm going to go or not. I don't know. It just depends how I feel. But let me know how you guys feel about this game in the comments. We'll talk about it there. And, yeah, go Bills.